You think you only need to work your ass off before you can amass wealth like the wealthy people? That's only to an extent. The truth is, the people who build real wealth usually think differently before they act differently. Let me tell you a story. Paul Ben, living in California, received a $20 million settlement. Most people expected him to buy a mansion, luxury watches, and exotic cars, but instead, he moved into a five-star hotel. People thought he was crazy, but his thinking was far ahead of everyone else. The hotel cost him about $600 a day, roughly $15,000 a month. To the average person, that sounds outrageous, but to him, it was almost nothing. Why? Because his investments were generating over $50,000 every single month in interest alone. That meant the hotel, the food, the cleaning services, the parking, the utilities, and the luxury lifestyle were all paid for without touching his main fortune. Every morning he woke up to over 40 breakfast options, fresh towels, perfect service, no maintenance stress, no bills to worry about. And most importantly, his money kept growing while he relaxed. That's when he made another unexpected move. He applied for a job at a real estate agency. The manager looked confused. "You already have money, why work here?" The man smiled and said, "I'm not here for the salary. I'm here to learn how expensive properties are sold." The manager hired him immediately. His co-workers jeered behind his back. This guy must be clueless. But they had no idea what he was planning. 1 month later, he bought the best apartment unit in the entire building, the one with the best view, best design, and best location. The sale earned him over $200,000 in commission alone. Then he resigned immediately. Everyone at the agency was shocked. Before we continue, peradventure you find this well and helpful, like, subscribe, and share it with someone you value. This could be the push they need to step up financially. You never can tell. A few months later, property prices in that building exploded upward. Paul sold the apartment and made another massive profit. That single decision earned him hundreds of thousands of dollars, not because he worked harder, but because he understood positioning. Later, he started working at a luxury car dealership that sold Ferraris. One day, a wealthy woman entered the showroom. She walked around calmly, pointed at the most expensive Ferrari, and asked, "How much is this one?" He replied, $5 million. Without hesitation, she decided to buy it. But just before paying, she paused and asked, "Am I making an impulsive decision?" Now, this was a dangerous moment. If he said no, it would sound fake. If he said yes, she might walk away. So he answered carefully. He smiled and said, "Ma'am, when you drive this Ferrari, people will stare at it everywhere you go. Many people will dream about owning it, but only a few can actually afford to make that dream real." The woman smiled instantly. A few moments later, she completed the purchase. That single conversation earned him a huge commission. Later that evening, he asked his billionaire father, "Should I celebrate by taking my co-workers out for dinner?" His father immediately replied, "No." He continued, "People at work may smile today and forget you tomorrow, but valuable relationships can open doors for years." Then his father gave him another piece of advice. "Go and sincerely thank the customer." So he did. A month later, the same woman returned. This time she upgraded to an even more expensive Ferrari. He earned another massive commission. Again, he asked his father, "Should I take her to dinner now?" His father shook his head. Instead, he told him to give her a generous gift as appreciation. The son thought it was excessive, but he listened anyway. A few days later, the woman returned again, with two wealthy friends. All three bought Ferraris. At that moment, he finally understood the lesson. Strong relationships create opportunities money alone cannot buy. From then on, every time she introduced new customers, he rewarded her generously. Within a single year, he made over $2 million in commissions. Eventually, the dealership rewarded him with a brand new Ferrari for his outstanding performance. But the greatest reward wasn't the car. It was the mindset he had developed. Because the real secret of wealth is not simply working harder. It's learning how to position yourself wisely, understand people, and create value through strategy. Hard work matters, but strategy multiplies results. A sharp mind sees opportunities other people ignore. That's why wise parents don't only teach children to obey rules and study hard. They also teach awareness, decision-making, confidence, and emotional intelligence, because the real world rewards people who can think clearly under pressure and understand human behavior. At the end of the day, money can disappear, opportunities can come and go, but a powerful mindset? It stays with you forever. And finally, building wealth is not luck. It is a skill and a strategy. And like any skill, the more you learn, the better you get. Subscribe now and let us keep sharpening it together.